Hi everyone, my name is Jenna and welcome to my channel, Divine Direction. In this video, we are looking at the messages and potential energies for June 2021 for the sign of Aries. Okay, Aries, so this month I decided to pull one oracle card to kind of talk about the overall topic here. And then I'm going to dive into my Lenormand deck. So, the oracle card that you received is Air Guardian, and it says shift your perspective. So this card is so beautiful. I absolutely love it. So shifting our perspective, I said perspective, but it is perception. So I'm definitely feeling that we are changing the way that we view things. Okay, so this is what I'm kind of feeling for overall for your spread. It's like we're changing how we view things in our lives. And this is what I mean by that, okay? So what they're making me feel, it's like everyone views things differently. Everyone communicates differently. Everyone loves differently. So for example, with love languages, you know, the way that I like to show love, I love to bake things for people or make them their favorite meal. And I also love to buy gifts for people. Other people, the way that they show love, it could be like acts of service. So they're showing me like someone making sure that your vehicle is in working condition before you go off to work. It could be someone writing you love notes. Like everyone shows their love in a different way. And one of the most beautiful things that I feel in this reading, it's like with these two cards, so you have the cloud and the cross. To me, this is how I'm interpreting it. It's like people worship in different ways too. So whomever you maybe pray to, some people feel more connected when they are praying in church, okay? And other people feel more connected to God, source, the universe, whomever you believe in, they feel more connected to them in nature. And it's just different for all of us. So what they're kind of showing me, it's like we don't have to follow what everyone else is doing or follow other people's beliefs. The way that we are going to be the most happy is by listening to ourselves. So I'm really thirsty right now. I don't know why. But the way that they're showing me, it's like, so for example, with how I felt in my life, I had to check all of these boxes. So you finish high school, you directly go into college, you get a diploma or degree or something like that, you get a good job, you, in my case, I meet a man and get married, buy a house, have kids. And that's the checklist, right? Do you think I did that? No, I did not. As I've been very open about, I live with my parents right now. I've never really had like a long-term relationship. So I'm definitely not married. I do not have children. And do you know how much I beat myself up about this, especially in my 20s? I thought that by 25, I was supposed to be married and have kids, and then like almost 35 over here, and I have none of that. And I would call myself a loser. And it's like the funny thing is, if someone else told me that was their situation, I'd be like, okay, cool. Like there's nothing wrong with that. But for some reason, I felt like a loser. And my guides hate that word, but that's how I felt. So I'm being authentic to myself, angels and guides. But it's like I was basing my life on what other people have maybe have done, what I have felt I needed to do, whether it was through watching movies, TV shows, seeing what other people in my life, in my community were doing. And it's like, I was basing my life on this. So when I didn't have those things, then I felt so horrible about myself, like something was wrong with me. But really, I really wish I could remember this quote. It was like judging a fish on its ability to fly or climb a tree. I can't remember, but it's like, not everyone, like, how do I even want to put this? Hoi, hoi, hoi. Aries, I've been having such a difficulty communicating with your reading. Whew. So really, in shifting our perception, it's like shifting our perception of ourselves. In that case, it's like, Jenna, you're not a loser. You were just, doing what you felt you had to do or were supposed to do. Changing our perception of what our life needs to look like. So, do you have to get married and have children? No, you don't. I know people who are around my age that decided not to have children. You don't have to have kids. It's like, why are we judging ourselves on what other people do when really we are all born to be different? Again, we communicate differently, we love differently, we have different hobbies, we have different goals for ourselves. So why try to put ourselves into a box or check off this checklist that was made by someone else? Yeah, made by someone else. So really, what they're saying, it's like, look at what kind of sparks joy in you? What lights that passion within you? And they're really making me feel that for a lot of you, it's like, think about when you're a kid and how happy you were as a kid. But also, what is it that you wanted to do when you were a kid? I wanted to be a teacher. What did you want to do? And really thinking about that, did that change as you grew up? Making note of that, because they're kind of making me feel that what we wanted to be as kids before we were really clouded with the shoulds, is what I call them. Should be doing this, should be doing that, should be going into finance because it's good money, blah, 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 whatever it is. What did you want to be before the shoulds came up? I'm really focusing on that. So they're showing me even like food. The way that the foods that my body responds to may not be the same thing. So, for example, this morning for breakfast, I had pineapple. My mom cannot digest pineapple. I think it's the bromine or what is it? I don't know what it is. But there's something in it that bothers her. Different food allergies for different people. Even what they make me feel is like health guidelines, right? Do I want to drink 8 glasses of water a day? Should everyone? No. No, you shouldn't. If your body allows it, if your body needs it, then do it. But not everybody needs it, and I don't want to. Even when we're talking about being on a spiritual path, meditation, I hate meditating. Absolutely hate it. And you don't have to meditate to be able to connect with your angels and guides. I can channel my angels and guides. They can nod my head. They're doing it right now. I have a good connection, that's what they said, a great connection with my angels and guides, and I've only meditated how many times? 3 in my whole entire life, and I didn't like it. Okay? If you don't like something, don't do it. You don't have to meditate to go on a spiritual journey. Do you want to know what my spiritual healing journey looked like? Me bawling my eyes out and spitting out snot because I was crying so hard. And I'm sorry for like the disgusting visual, but that was how it was. It's like being on a spiritual journey, being spiritual doesn't mean that you have to do yoga, that you have to meditate, that you have to say affirmations. I hate affirmations. I've used them and they have worked for me. But it's like, at some point, I just got tired of saying affirmations. You know what I mean? And, oi. I know they want me to talk about this. I've decided recently to take a break. Take a break from, not necessarily my journey, but just from what I would call trying to fix myself. So I've been on a healing journey. I don't equate that with fixing myself, but basically since I was probably 15, maybe earlier, I don't know, I've been trying to fix myself. I've been trying to thinking that I needed to lose weight and be a size 2 for any to have any worth in this world, basically. Not even for me attracting a man. I felt that I needed to change myself to be able to attract a partner, because how many books and everything out there were telling me as a woman that I needed to act a certain way for a man to want to stay. I felt I had worries that a man would cheat on me, because how many times have we been seeing, you as a woman, you need to act this way or your man might stray. Didn't mean to be a poet, but it's like there were so many things that were clouding me. Like I had to change how I looked, how I dressed, how I acted, to be this person where a man would say, okay, I'll marry you. All right, I'll marry you. And I've come through this journey, and I mean, I'm still working on that one. I'm not gonna lie, that one's deep, very, very deep. But I've come to the realization, like my spirit guides have shown me, like, your divine counterpart loves you exactly as you are, and he doesn't want you to change. So I don't have to change anything for someone to love me, right? I don't need to change anything for me to love myself. It's just a realization, right? So I do feel that part of this shift in perception is changing our perception of what we need to be for ourselves. Okay? Whew. I kind of lost track of what I was talking about. But really, just to me, what they're saying, Aries, in June, and I mean all the time, this message, it's like, experiment with your life and try to find out what works for you and what doesn't. If you're doing a workout that makes you miserable, stop doing it. Okay, stop doing it and find an alternative. For some of you, working through your schedule is going to be difficult. You might work a 9 to 5. If you have a job, then you kind of have to work through that schedule. But it's like, to me, they're saying, even experiment with different foods. What makes you feel good? What makes you feel crappy? Right? Does eating ice cream make you feel crappy? Then maybe limit it. To me, I feel best when for dinner I have like a big salad. And I mean huge. For those of you who have ever seen the Beverly Hillbillies, and Jethro and his breakfast bowl, his cereal bowl, which is like a huge mixing bowl, that's my side salad. I love having like a superfood salad with chickpeas. That makes me feel good. Whereas, I might like chili, but to me, chili just bloats me. I don't feel right. I feel better with raw foods. It's going to be different for everyone. So they're saying, like, just experiment with that. Yeah, they're showing me the bear with the salmon. Some of you like sushi or raw foods. That might agree with your stomach. Others, it doesn't. Okay? So really, you're being encouraged to discover yourself. That's what they're saying. Discover yourself. Take time. Take a break. Take a break from trying to fix yourself. For those of you who are resonating with that in my journey, that's take a break to just discover yourself and who you are and what you want instead of what other people say that you should or how you feel that you should be doing this. And they're saying, like, maybe keep a list or keep a journal. All right, even with food, a food journal to keep track of how you feel after you eat certain things. Like, don't focus on it too much, but for me, it's like, okay, after I had a veggie burger, how did I feel, right? Keeping track of how you feel when you do something, or what maybe workouts make you feel the best. Why don't you make a list about all the different hobbies that you've ever wanted to try and maybe try them? So that's what they're kind of saying. Discover yourself, you, the inner you, and experiment with things to find what works the best for you. So that's what they're saying, Aries, in your message for June. I hope that it made sense. I really do. That they're kind of showing me, like, this is just the beginning, Aries. The beginning of a wonderful journey. That's what they're kind of making me feel here. And I'm really, really excited for you. I feel like I'm on the same journey. And it's just... it's really, really exciting, and just have fun with it, okay? Let me know if this video resonates, and I hope you have the most wonderful month of June, Aries. Thank you for watching. Bye.